No more hidden verdicts, no more secrets solved. Every voice is a weapon, every story be told. Innocent till proven guilty, that's our final decree. Under this constitution we stand forever free. Phoenix in the dawn, truth ignites the sky. Together we stand tall, no more asking why.
Happy evening, folks. You know, it's kind of been a wild, crazy catch-up day for me. I've been reading through documents, looking at maps, and I specifically want to talk about Moscow Police Department, sequence number 136. Let's get into it together. So this document is like creme de la creme. When you look at this document and you think, how in the world was Koberger's information and cell phone search warrant disseminated? I'm at a loss for words. I'm perplexed. Because when I share this with you, you're going to be mind blown. When I say that, I don't say that too lightly. Because when you start reading this narrative by no other than Brett Payne, you know, I want to believe our police departments are not corrupt. I want to believe that we still have some integrity, good oath takers out there. Because I've read through this document before and something triggered me to go back and look at this investigation portion of it. Because he says, as part of the investigation, an extensive search, commonly referred in law enforcement as video canvass, was concluded in the area of King Road. This video canvass was to obtain any footage from the early morning hours of November 13, 2022, in the area of the King Road residence and surrounding neighborhoods in an effort to locate suspects or suspects vehicle. So suspects, more than one, vehicles, more than one, traveling to or leaving from the King Road residence. Now, I want you to keep in mind, I have said that the unaliving, these horrific murders, were between the hours of 3:30 and almost 4 o'clock. And I go into a little bit of detail in my lives explaining this timeline that I have based on actual facts. Now, in this report, it says this video canvas resulted in the collection of numerous surveillance videos in the area from both residential and business addresses. I've received numerous videos that were collected and had conversations with other MPD officers, ISB detectives, and FBI agents that are similarly reviewing footage that was obtained. So they all got together, they all sat down, he talked to all of them, and they came up with this one conclusion. A review camera footage indicated that a white sedan, thereafter, suspect one, that we've seen over and over and over again, was observed traveling westbound in the blank block of Indian Hills Drive in Moscow at approximately 3:26 a.m. westbound on Steiner Avenue at Idaho State Highway 95 in Moscow, approximately at 3:28 a.m. Well, let's look into see where that actually is located. Now, in order to understand Moscow and the way that this is worded, let's just zoom in and follow the MPD sequence 136 review. So it says, that suspect vehicle 1 was traveling westbound in the blank block of Indian Hills Drive. So in order to be on this side of town, this is where I'm going to zoom in and show you, this individual had to either come from this area all the way down here, and I'm going to zoom in to show you where Indian Hills comes in, which is right here, Indian Hills Drive. So from this side of the state, this side of the town, Indian Hills Parkway comes all the way up, and it comes around to Steiner Avenue. And it said that at 326 westbound on Steiner Avenue at Highway 95. This is Highway 95 right here, and this is Steiner Avenue right here. So when you think about it, it says approximately at 328. Right here is 328. On this video, it appeared suspect vehicle 1 was not displaying a front license plate, nor did it appear that the vehicle had fog lights on the lower portion of the front bumper based off video obtained at the SM located at ... redacted. However, SM, I'm just going to guess maybe there's a Steiner Mart there or something. There's the Valley Smoke, Glass, and Vape. But if it's on this corner, there has to be some type of gas station or a video that was captured crossing South Main Street from Steiner Avenue right here to Lauder Avenue going westbound. So it says a review of the footage from multiple videos obtained from King Road neighborhoods showed multiple sightings of suspect 1 starting at 3:29 a.m. and ending at 4:20 a.m. So that's almost about an hour, give or take. Okay? Now stay with me here. If you take a look at this map, Lauder Avenue runs into Taylor Avenue. It goes all the way around into Taylor Avenue. And then from Taylor Avenue, obviously it goes into King Road over here, Linda Lane, and Queen Road right here. This is where 1122 Queen Road is. Now, if you take a look at this document that I shared with you on the MPD 136, you'll also see something quite of interest. Now it says that suspect number 1 passes by the 1122 King Road residence and then leaves via Walenta Drive. Well, Walenta Drive is on the other side of the town, which I'll show you. And if you look, Walenta Drive goes into here. It can go either one of two ways. It can go back out this way to Paradise Road, which goes back to Lauder, which goes that way. Okay? But the document again states this, that the vehicle is traveling in a residential neighborhood off of where very limited number of vehicles travel that area during the morning hours. Upon review of the video, there are only a few cars that enter and exit the area during this time frame. Suspect 1 can be seen entering the area of a fourth time approximately at 4:04. So where are they going all the way back to Walenta that they keep going back to King? Well, it has been suspected that that was actually the undercover car, alleged. But let me offer you a different theory here. It says that the car can be seen eastbound on King Road. All right, this is eastbound on King Road right here. And it could be stopping and turning around in front of Queen Road. You can see it right here. I'll zoom in for you. Right here. So when you see that, they're saying suspect number 1 is in front of the King Road residence. Right? It's Queen Road. And then it appeared to unsuccessfully attempt to park and turn around in the road, which we see from Dateline and the Statesman releasing the footage. The vehicle then continued to unsuccessfully attempt, but then continued to the intersection of Queen and King, where it can be seen completing a 3-point turn and then driving eastbound down Queen again. This is eastbound. Okay. And then it goes on to say that the suspect vehicle 1 is seen departing the area and at approximately 420 at a high rate of speed. Suspect 1 is next observed traveling southbound on Walenta, which down here and around is south. And then it goes into the neighborhood at the Palouse River Drive of, I think it's Conestoga. So here is Conestoga. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see. So this is the Paradise. And then down here is the actual location. So Walenta, and then it goes, I guess, I don't know how it gets in between there because it just says Walenta. And then Palouse River Drive is the southern edge of Moscow into Whitman County, Washington. So it's on Walenta Drive, based on my knowledge of the area and review of camera footage in the neighborhood, that does not show suspect 1 during that time frame. I believe that suspect 1 likely exited the neighborhood at the Palouse River Drive. Well, if you look at what they're saying, if he exited Palouse River Drive, this is Walenta, and they say that it's going in this way, then this has to be, where's the Palouse River Drive? Where is it? Because it's all the way down here. Palouse River Drive. It doesn't even flow into there. So what road? I mean, did he just disappear for a little while and then it doesn't say other than they don't really pick him back up. So I'm a little confused. I'm totally confused. I mean, maybe somebody can help me out with this one, but I don't see how this road, other than it drops out here, and then he exited and went back this way. That's the only thing I can think of. So, looking at this document, it said he continued on and that the yada, 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 FBI was involved, and the examiners had 35 years in law enforcement experience with 12 years at the FBI. But it's after reviewing numerous observations of suspect 1, the forensic examiner initially believed that the suspect vehicle 1 was a 2011 to a 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Upon further review, it could be actually a 2011 to a 2016 Hyundai Elantra. But here's my whole thought process in this. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, if a car like his was in the area, had that been eliminated? Because I keep going back to this whole DNA on the knife sheath. And I'm just not making a connection here. And I'm thinking, how many other people are just baffled if, in fact, that is his DNA on the knife sheath, on the sheath itself. And if this is by far a stretch, if Kohberger was sent in to that address to leave a knife sheath. If, this is so off the chart, because what do? I question the unthinkable. And the unthinkable for me right now would be, how would Kohberger's DNA get on a knife sheath, on the snap, the button snap, which we know that the odds are very low. But what if Kohberger was sent in to that address to leave the sheath? And on the way out, Dylan saw him. And he told her, allegedly, I'm here to help you. What if he didn't commit the crime that we all know about? But what if he was asked to go and leave the sheath with his DNA to cover up who did this? And that is why we see an 8-hour delay. This is why we see a 2.5, almost 3-year delay in trial, because they knew Kohberger was factually innocent. And they needed to buy time, because the real perpetrators will never be legally caught. That is the only thing in my mind that makes that connection. And I know this is probably going to be so outrageous for anybody to consider. Maybe he is the patsy. Maybe he is the fall guy. Maybe we'll never find out what really happened. But they needed someone to take the fall. And perhaps, just a long shot, that was factually his vehicle trying to find the location to leave the sheath. That is the only way his DNA could have been there, placed there by him. This is a far stretch, a far cry, but that's the only thing that comes to my mind when I look at all these documents again. Drop your comments. He's still factually innocent, but they may have needed, allegedly, someone to take the fall. As always, be well. Phoenix out.
No more hidden verdicts, no more secrets solved. Every voice is a weapon, every story be told. Innocent till proven guilty, that's our final decree. Under this constitution we stand forever free. Phoenix in the dawn, truth ignites the sky. Together we stand tall, no more asking why.